I can't believe this, but I just got invited to the Pokemon sleepover. I don't even know what that means, except for the fact that I get a chance to check out Pokemon Sleep early. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. I also feel like a kid again. When is the last time that you've had a sleepover? What do I wear? What do I bring? I'll have to figure that out. Come on, we gotta go. All right, everybody, it is finally time to check out the Pokemon Sleep app, coming to you soon at the end of the month. But first things first, this is actually the most satisfying part about using a new phone, is getting rid of the screen protector. Let's all be honest with ourselves. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so I need a username. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my username. And I can change it later, which is actually super nice. I wasn't expecting that. Let's get straight to readying everything we need for your first day. All right, so this looks like the tutorial of being able to go into the game and see how the gameplay actually works. So here's our Pikachu. It's starting off as level 4 and it actually has a nature as well. So mine is a rash nature. And starting today, this Pikachu will aid you in your research. Why not start by giving him a nickname? Ooh, I'm just gonna keep it as Pikachu for now, but it's really nice to know that you can actually nickname your Pokemon in this game. Wasn't entirely sure how that was going to work, but it also looks like we've got some goodies to be able to help us out. And so this looks like a week-long reward stamp card, where if you play for 7 days in a row, maybe these are some of the items that you would end up getting as you end up progressing through the game. So let's set a goal for when you and Pikachu should hit the hay each day in order to do your sleep research. If you get to bed by the bedtime you set for yourself, you'll earn a reward. So maybe that's what that's for. Let's say the target bedtime for me is like 1 a.m. I'm not gonna lie, I have maybe one of the worst sleep schedules in existence, where I feel like it constantly changes because of the different time zones that I end up doing shows in, and also the different locations that I travel to. But I typically tend to stay on some type of schedule where I set my target bedtime to about 1 a.m., and then I end up waking up around 11 a.m. or so, depending on what time I get to bed. So I'll confirm this. And I'm also going to allow Pokemon Sleep to send me notifications. That way I can get the push notification 30 minutes in advance of when I should be going to bed. All right, and now we're all set to start gathering data for our research. So come back when you're ready to sleep. Okay, that seems simple enough. They did end up mentioning that basically when it comes to this application, you want to try to be as consistent as possible. And so I think that's why you have these dedicated bedtimes, and a lot of sleep research, much like the researcher that helped develop this game, has suggested that going to bed and also waking up at around the same time every single day can actually lead to a healthier lifestyle. So I'm actually really excited to see how the game actually functions, because I could really use that. So there is a little bit of a sleep tutorial. Sleep has to be at least 90 minutes long to be counted for research, and you can track 2 sleep sessions per day, which is nice to know because I feel like that does enable you to be able to do something like take a nap if you so desire, or at the very least you're going to be able to get a full night's rest, or maybe you have to break it up or something like that. There's some other features of this app that I think are really cool. So here's our Snorlax buddy, but let's check out the menu. So you have some general settings that you can set. You can select whether or not that you have notifications. There's also a do not disturb button. So this would be perfect for you to be able to set for the time that you would want to be asleep, or even during the day when you feel like you don't want to get a push notification. Maybe you're working or something like that and don't want to be distracted. You can also set what type of reminders you're going to get. So what time you should be going to bed, reminder to track your sleep. These are unreviewed reports, if that is a report of data that you haven't had a chance to check out yet. If your inventory is full, if your Pokemon have collected berries and maybe you just have too many and they won't fit into your bag. And also time to move sites, so like time to move a research site. This is what they were talking about, being able to visit different areas of this application to find different Snorlax to be able to strengthen up. And you can also get notifications from the developer, and this says occasional notifications may be sent out about events, special campaigns, performance issues, etc. Even if you disable these notifications, you still may receive messages that are deemed critical. I like that option a lot, just to make sure that there's no game-breaking developments that might affect your gameplay within the game. You can also restore your default settings if you want, but then there are also some sound settings, so you can change the different levels of music, sound effects, and Pokemon cries. And there's also some other settings that talk about performance in particular when it comes to graphic quality and frame rate. I really like that because then you can actually set these for maybe the type of phone that you're using, whether or not you feel like your phone can handle something that's a little bit more high performance, or you could reduce it to make sure that you're saving some battery life as well. They do recommend that you plug in your phone at night just to make sure that your phone isn't going to lose the battery life it would need in order to track your sleep properly. But then also just to make sure that you are able to get all of the points that you want. But what I really want to check out is honestly maybe some of the functions tomorrow. But the last thing to really do right now is actually start tracking our sleep. So more to come in the morning. All right, so it's 1 a.m. here, which means that it is time to go to sleep. So we're going to start tracking our sleep, and it is recommended that you do put the phone on the mattress beside you, either by your pillow or just wherever you feel most comfortable. And that way you can just get the good readings from tracking your sleep. Let's go ahead and do it, and I'll see you guys in the morning. So I just woke up about 7:30 a.m. and so we got our very first sleep report for the game, and I'm really excited to check out the data as well as what Pokemon might have showed up overnight. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep right away, so it's really nice though that I was still able to get about 6 hours of sleep. But I really want to check out the sleep data. I got an 81. I'm not sure if that's good or not. I think this is out of 100, so I definitely have some points to make up somewhere, but 19 points off doesn't feel that bad. For the sleep research, it says that you can see both how long you slept and your sleep score for the session. Yeah, and an adult can reach a sleep score of 100 by making sure they get at least 8.5 hours of sleep. Yeah, I didn't get that. I don't usually get that. So we'll see how many hundreds I'm able to rack up over time. I mean, hey, if I sleep 8.5 hours and I keep getting hundreds, I feel like I would actually feel much better. Or actually, no, I got a 72. Okay, that's actually worse. I think 81 was just a tutorial number, but the 72 is what I got. Here's the sleep graph. So it tells me just about how much time I've spent in each different sleep stage. There's the 3 different sleep stages that they ended up talking about in the game. And these sleep stages help show how deep your sleep is with the 3 different levels. It says when tracking your sleep, they classify it into 3 stages. dozing, snoozing, and slumbering. So dozing would be the lightest form of sleep, and then you of course have slumbering as the deepest form. Try to keep an eye on how your sleep fluctuates over time. Yeah, so there was a period, and this is actually quite accurate last night given what I remember from going to bed and also waking up in the middle of the night, because I did not sleep fully. It took me a little while to get to sleep, so it makes a lot of sense for the graph to start out kind of going in between dozing and snoozing, but I got to sleep and slept pretty well for the first 4 hours of my night. And then at around like 4:15, I did wake up and I had some trouble getting back to sleep for about an hour or so. And this actually looks like it reflects that very well. And then I ended my sleep session at 7:40 a.m., but this also feels very accurate of kind of going in between being awake, making a lot of movement, but also still being able to sleep pretty well. And it took me 24 minutes to fall asleep. I dozed for 39. I snoozed for 2.5 hours, and then almost 3 hours I slumbered. Very cool. Okay, this next screen is where you can see your sleep type for the evening. Your sleep type captures the qualities of that sleep session and is decided based on comparison with your past sleep. So after a certain point, you're going to end up accumulating more and more of this sleep data, and then the game can pull upon those patterns and trends to be able to help you figure out your sleep in the future. And this is where sleeping with somebody else in the bed or having a pet make noise or movement while you're sleeping if they jump up on the bed, or maybe sleep near your head or something, this will start to become a pattern over time, and you can take a look at that for the future. So yes, while we were told that all the movement could potentially affect your sleep score, it becomes more of a pattern and may not actually do that in the future if that's normal. So yeah, they're gonna go into that too during the tutorial itself. So when you don't have much data yet, your sleep will instead be compared to generic sleep data. Build up your own data to be used for comparison, and the precision of these measurements will keep going up. Very nice. You can track your data every single day. You can even do a second session if you like to nap in the afternoon. And as long as the session is 90 minutes, it'll try to get the data. So let's check it out. Finally, let's turn our attention to drowsy power. Drowsy power is what I call the mysterious power that Snorlax on these islands possess. And this is what would help to actually attract the Pokemon that you end up finding in the morning. It's a power that seems to both draw Pokemon close and lull them to sleep. This power depends on a Snorlax's strength, how much it has grown, and your sleep time. So by increasing this power, you can get lots of different Pokemon. That's very cool. So they were talking about this a little bit yesterday during our demo session, where you have a lot of different Pokemon sleep types. And sometimes you may be able to discover some of the rarer sleep types they can display in the game. I think one of the ones that they ended up actually advertising before was a cross-armed Charizard that was asleep, and so that I feel like that might have to be one of the rarer ones. Maybe the evolutions would be the bigger ones here. So let's take a look. Oh, wow. So I got almost 3 million drowsy power. I don't know exactly how that's going to convert over to how much power a Snorlax can get, but that feels pretty good to start. Yep, looks like Snorlax has provided a nice, strong drowsy power again today. So let's check out our sleeping Pokemon. This might be my favorite aspect of the game, because I feel like there are so many surprises to be able to discover in terms of the type of Pokemon that you can get. During our Q&A session, there was another creator that actually asked a little bit about what type of Pokemon that you can see, and I believe it's going to be up through Generation 4 for now, just like very particular Pokemon kind of handcrafted to the opening experience, but it's going to be mostly Generation 1 and 2 with a hope to be able to add more Pokemon in the future. So swipe around the screen until you find Squirtle. Oh, there it is. So let's click on the Squirtle. Oh, I see Wobbuffet over in the corner too. Yay! Okay, so I got Squirtle with Sheltered Sleep. It's actually just in its shell right now, which is super cute. So I discovered a new sleep type on top of the actual style of Pokemon. Look at that. Okay, so there's 4 of them so far for Squirtle. It withdraws its limbs. Oh, that's cute! So it gives you a little description of actually the Pokemon in the sleep style dex. I think that's really cool. That's a neat feature about the game, is that you have this dex that you can complete for the different type of Pokemon that you find. So we registered the new sleep style into the dex, and we can keep doing that every single day. Okay. Aw, the Wobbuffet's just biding sleep. It's like nodding off. It's really cute. Oh, it's actually Why Not. Is it Why Not? I can't tell. Oh, it is Why Not. Aww. So we got the 2-star version. Okay, so it looks like maybe the more rare it is, the more stars that it would get in the dex. Kind of like how New Pokemon Snap was. The better picture that you took, maybe a more rare instance of the Pokemon, you got more stars for your photo. So your sleep type for a given session will cause Pokemon with the same sleep type to gather. But then you have the different sleep styles, such as how the Pokemon actually appear in the game. Since my sleep type was deemed to be slumbering this time, I got a bunch of slumbering type Pokemon. Slumbering type Pokemon tend to include water and ground types. Okay. So I wonder what maybe dozing and snoozing would be. I'll have to take naps and find out. Alright, so we got Why Not, we got Squirtle, I saw a Cubone down here. Weepy Sleep. Oh no, is it crying? Aw, it is cuddling its bone though, that's very cute. Yeah, it's been found crying in its sleep. No! What is this dex entry? What is this dex entry? I know this is canon, but what? It's been found crying in its sleep. Perhaps the tears come because it's dreaming of its deceased mother. Okay, we're gonna move swiftly on from that one. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's an Igglybuff over here. Aww. This one's a Bouncy Sleep. It's cute. The Igglybuff is just, yeah, actually bouncing. That's really cute. Alright. And I believe, was there one more around here? Oh, I got a Larvitar! Larvitar is actually one of my favorite Pokemon, or like technically Tyranitar is. This one is Stretching Sleep. It's just on its belly. That's really cute. I sleep this way, actually. Just like on my stomach, completely sprawled out. Love it. I vibe. This is a mood right here. Alright. It looks like I got all 5 of the Pokemon here, and looks like I did study all of the gathered Pokemon, which is so fun. Now they're awake. So we got the sleep research. Now I'd say it is snack time. Ooh. What is snack time? I wish I got a snack when I woke up. I guess it's like, well, that's just breakfast. Pokemon just love eating Poke Biscuits. Why don't we hand some out to the Pokemon here? Ooh. Aw, to thank them for aiding us in our studies. That's so cute. That's very wholesome. So I can give Squirtle a bonus biscuit. That actually sounds like the animation combo of helping hand and eating a berry in game. For any of you fun VGCers out there. Every day that you help me out by conducting research, I'll be sure to give you one of those bonus biscuits. Very fun. Okay. So then I can check, oh, all right, I have a great biscuit. And now I can give that to the Squirtle. Oh, okay. So giving the Poke Biscuits gives friendship points. And because of the bonus biscuit and the great biscuit, I got enough to be able to make Squirtle my friend. When you get close with Pokemon like that, you can befriend them. Then they can help you out. That's awesome. So they talked about helper Pokemon, and so with the helper Pokemon, you will be able to get them to help you during the day in order to actually gather berries while you aren't engaging with the app. It can, I believe, do it in the background process. And so that was snack time. I'm done. You made serious strides in your Pokemon sleep research. That makes me feel good about going to bed and waking up. I actually was really excited to wake up this morning to be able to check this out. And there's definitely something that I feel like makes getting out of bed harder for me is when I don't have something scheduled that I would need to get up for, but this was great. Like, I'm ready. I do think I've gotten the gist of the research process. This was an incredibly thorough tutorial. I'm sure there's so much more to be able to learn about the game, as well as the different sites that you can find these Snorlax and what type of Snorlax. Yep, I'm really excited about this. This felt like a very smooth experience, and something that they had actually talked about in the Q&A session as well is that they want this game to feel easy, since it's about sleep and just a really fun way to be able to interact with Pokemon for kind of a seemingly arbitrary task. Obviously very important for us every single day, but this does make me more excited, and I cannot wait to be able to actually play around with the app as it ends up releasing. And this Squirtle has a naughty nature. That's funny. That's it for my playthrough of the demo of Pokemon Sleep. Really hope that you all enjoyed the experience of that, and honestly can't wait to get my hands on the game later on this month. It's going to be such a blast, and I would love to think that this is going to help me get my sleep schedule back on track. Maybe that's hopium, I'm not sure, but it does feel very easy to use and very rewarding at the same time for getting good sleep. So yeah, can't wait. Hope you enjoyed. This has been an incredible experience, and I cannot thank the Pokemon Company International enough for inviting, hosting, and also delivering a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This has been such a blast, and I'm really looking forward to the game release, hopefully getting my sleep schedule back on track, and seeing you all in the next one. So thanks so much for watching. Bye!